Hi there and welcome to another episode of How to Draw Yoga Stick Figures. Today I'm going to show you how to draw yogi back bends. So we'll start with the back bends that are prone, lying down on your belly, and let's do the most common one, which is cobra pose. So you're going to draw a straight line starting from the feet and come all the way up into a very small sort of gentle slope. That's where the head goes. And then take about where you think your shoulders or your arms would start, and we're just going to simply draw a little triangle here, and you can even put the little hand in. And so that's our cobra pose. Next is probably the next most common, which is upward facing dog, and it is the same slope principle as cobra, except we're taking the slope higher because we're going into a deeper back bend. So start to draw the straight line along the floor, and then we go all the way up, a little more vertical here. We'll draw the head at the top, and then the arms kind of come straight down, and you can do the hands as an option if you like. All right, the next prone back bend that I'll show you is Locust Pose, and let's do a few of the different variations of Locust. So the first one is going to be really similar to our cobra. So we start at the feet, we draw a long straight line across horizontal and then slope up with the head on top. And then for this one, we're going to take the arms straight back behind us. So we're floating the arms, the chest, and the head and neck away from the floor. The second option for Locust is to float the feet and the hands off of the floor. So instead of starting at that horizontal line at the bottom, we're going to just draw a curved shape like we're drawing a rather large kind of bowl. Head on top, and then hands go back. So this indicates that the legs and the arms are floating off of the yoga mat. And then the final option I'm going to show you for Locust Pose or Shalabhasana is with the hands interlaced behind the back. And I draw this, so we're doing this exact same kind of curved line with the head on top. And the way I show arms interlaced is like an elliptical circle or oval or whatever shape you want to call that. So this indicates that the fingers are interlaced behind the back, and again we're lifting here in the chest and at the feet. So these are the variations of Locust. And then the final prone back bend, maybe one of the most difficult ones, is bow pose or dhanurasana. And here the kind of curve shape for the body is going to be much deeper. But I'm going to start at the top with the feet. So as we know, in bow, we catch the feet behind us. So your feet are up in the air, and I'm going to do a diagonal line here to indicate from where the knee to the foot is. And then again, we're going to find this quite a deep curve with our head on the top. So this is the rest of the leg and the upper body, and then grabbing the feet with the hands behind us. So then we find this kind of bow pose, dhanurasana. Awesome. All right, let's move into another really common back bend. This one is done on our back rather than on our belly, and it's bridge pose. So with bridge, I'm going to start with the head here, and then essentially draw a diagonal slope straight up and then down. And our little feet are at the end here. So this is the slope of our body, the lower half of our legs and the feet, and then you can just simply draw the hands underneath the spine there. Perfect. All right, our next back bend is Camel Pose or Ustrasana, which is not a super favorite for everyone, but I understand that it's quite common and it does show up in plenty of classes. So with Camel, we're going to start with the head, and then draw this curved line from the neck, the upper chest, quite a deep curve all the way down to the floor. And then let's have the lower half of the leg back behind us. For the full expression of Camel Pose, our hands reach back for the feet. So about where you think the arms would start, we're going to draw that line down to the feet. All right, so that's Ustrasana, Camel. Okay, let's get into two of my favorite back bends of all time. These are, I guess, the beauties, the big ones, Wild Thing and Wheel Pose. So for Wild Thing, we're obviously making quite a curve in our body, but one of the legs is straight. And so rather than here in bow where it's kind of like a smiley face curve, we're going to do a more misshapen curve, as if you were drawing like natural hills in the countryside or something. So we're going to slope basically directly up, but then as we curve down, we're going to elongate this second line. So that's kind of our straight leg. And then from here, we want to draw the opposite leg, which goes basically straight down to the mat. I'm going to put my head somewhere in the middle here, and then our floating arm reaching back behind us. So this looks hopefully something like Wild Thing. And then here we go for the big old back bend, everyone's favorite. Maybe not. It's definitely one of my favorites. It's actually one of the easiest yogi stick figures to draw. We're coming into wheel. So big old arch. And then I put the head back here. You can even draw the nose so you know that the head is facing in that direction. And here we are in our big old Urdhva Dhanurasana wheel pose. Great, so these are the backbend yogi stick figures I'm showing you today. If you have suggestions or things that you would like to see, please hit me up in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. This is super helpful in me creating more of this content for you. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day and happy drawing.